Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be discussing Trade of the Week with myself, and obviously we've got Elliot as well on the show. We're going to be going over some of the live account traders, how they're performing, what they're doing, and hopefully discuss some awesome trades. If you like the content of Trade of the Week and it's giving you some sort of idea and a bit of an insight into the markets, then make sure you thumbs up, comment and subscribe. And over to Elliot, let's discuss what's going on with Trade of the Week.
Yeah, so been another epic week in the markets. Pulled out some trades this week from our traders. It's been a difficult one to find big moves this week. However, we've got a few we'd like to go through. The first one is on Euro US dollar. So here we've got the 15-minute time frame. As you can see in the chart, we've sort of gone from an uptrend down to a downtrend. The trade has taken a short on Wednesday, and as of the point where we took this screenshot, they were still in the trade. It was very close to their take profit. On the chart here, you may notice these red and blue bubbles. This is actually one of our indicators called cluster. So cluster 2.0. This is basically showing potential entries in the market. And roughly around here, you'll see on the screen where the trader got in on Wednesday is just after a sell signal from cluster. So the red bubbles are indicating sells and the blue are indicating buys. So you can use this sort of along with your analysis to help you find potential entries in the market. Here's just quite an interesting setup because we've got the 50 and the 200 EMA, and we've also got the pivot, the daily pivot, this grey line you can see across here, all sort of forming at the same level. And we've also got the cluster showing a sell signal. Obviously the trader's taken a sell once it's broken back below this point here after this consolidation, and the market's then sort of gone sideways for almost a day, and then it's just sold off on Thursday morning.
Yeah, no, lovely trade there that you can see. It's also interesting as well when you're looking at that, those clusters, the small dots followed by the big one. You can see actually where it's rejecting the pivot point, the 200 moving average, and also yesterday's S2 level, and the day before that's S1 level sort of. So you can see over the period of the last sort of, 4 days even there, back to the pivot. Well, yeah. So over the last 4 days, that level's really become recognised throughout each trading day, whether it be a pivot, support level or resistance level. It's a recognised level over multiple days that you can see. And again, great entry. We had a strong sell-off there, changing the trend there on the 15 minutes. And probably the first respectable main pullback that you can see. And the trader's gone and shorted into that. Looks like the target was just below S1.
Yeah, pretty much on 1.17.
Yeah, I'd say it looks
so very close to hitting it when we took this screenshot.
Definitely be interesting to see whether or not they close out or they move their TP down.
Yeah, I guess it depends if they're watching it. I mean, it's always tempting just to close a trade, isn't it? When it's that close to your take profit and it starts to sort of slow down and move sideways, you're always a bit.
Yeah,
but me personally.
Plus on the cluster, you can see that on the indicator at the bottom there, on the market strength, you can see that it's all the way down the bottom there. So even a bit more of a potential risk holding the trade longer. Who knows? It's either way, lovely trade there. What's that? Just over 1%, is it?
Yeah. So I think the take profit was pretty much bang on 1% for them. Yeah. So
yeah, and the trade's at break even by the looks of it there, isn't it?
They've moved their stop loss down, to break even.
Yeah, nice. So stop loss is just below break even, so they've got profit locked in, no risk on the table. Just seeing whether or not it's going to hit their TP. Great trade. That's euro dollar.
The next trade or trades is on pound dollar, so on cable. It's quite an interesting one. So we've got 4 trades in total here. We've got 3 small losses and 1 big win. We've also this is on the hourly time frame. And we've got another indicator on here. This one is called TradeMate. So you'll see these golden arrows here. These are indicating potential entries. Again, it's going with the trend here. So we've got the 50 EMA above the 200, and it's looking for turning points in the market. So oversold areas in an uptrend where you can look to go long, and then you've got the crosses up here which indicate an exit. So I mean, if we start at the start here, we can see the first trade trader took here buy, pretty much closed it. Maybe they're taking on a shorter time frame, but they've taken 3 small losses before they've taken this trade down here, which was the eventual £450 winner. What are your thoughts on these trades, Sam?
Yeah, I mean, obviously that first one's a sell, so I don't really know what they were doing unless that was on a smaller time frame. They're looking for short sells, so yeah, slightly different. It looks like all the others though were on this time frame. So yeah, great. The lot sizes are all the same. The risk management looks very similar on each trade. You can see their first loss there was £62, followed by 75. Followed by 72. So for what you can see here, this is great risk management there, and the trader's gone and got nearly a 4-to-1 of what their stop loss was. And overall, you can see that they've been consistent in believing that the trend's going to be going the direction that they want. They just haven't got the perfect entry. It's a shame about that, the third one, because the third one actually looks like where that first trade mate signal is roughly around there. That looks like a genuine pullback, ready to now go and extend longer, but just looked like pound dipped a little bit lower, but the trader managed to catch that touch there off of almost looks like the lows on the screen actually, yeah, on pound against the US dollar. So sticking with it, and actually I think this is actually a great point of view of looking at mindset in respect to how they're doing. You know, there'd be so many traders that took the first trade, the second trade, the third trade and go, do you know what, I'm done. This isn't working out for me. I'm not going to stick with this. I'm going to have a break and I'm not going to place the trade. And they would have missed that trade, and you know they lost, what's that, 60, 130, they lost like 200, right? And then they come back on that one trade and gain 450, putting them net up, profitable. And that's what sticking to your game plan, your trade plan, and having the right mindset has paid off for this person. They've only got a 25% win ratio here, and pulled out a profitable scenario.
Exactly, yeah. So across the 4 trades, they've won 1 out of 4. So yeah, like you say, 25% win ratio, but overall they're up nicely. So yeah, it shows when you get the reward to risk right, along with, you know, a win ratio. You don't have to be winning 70% of your trades to be profitable. You can win, you know, a low percentage of your trades, but as long as you've got that reward to risk high, you know, 4-to-1s, 3-to-1s, then you know you can still be profitable.
Yeah,
just shows that you don't have to all be trading the same way. You know, having the same strategy game plan. It's what works for you. Yeah, and it's an interesting point you say. Like, they obviously took those 3 losses first, and then they still carried on with their game plan, and you know it paid off in the end.
Yeah, no,
it's interesting to see.
Yeah, and that's a great thing, I suppose, for you guys watching at home. I mean, have you ever thought that you mentally could accept the fact that you only have to have a 25% win ratio to potentially be profitable if you have the right reward to risk in place? And it's all to do with your mindset, how you can handle each position and sticking to that game plan. I mean, for me personally, I don't think I could handle having a 25% win ratio. I think it would drive me up the wall. That's why I have a lower profit factor. And I don't get 4-to-1s in the FX market. I'll be happy if I got a 2-to-1 or something along those lines. But yeah, cracking trade and beautiful risk management. Well done.
Yeah. And then the last trade we have is also on pound dollar. This is the sort of, so we've just seen the long trade that won, that was essentially from here up to here, and then we've seen the sort of the flip side of that is someone took that short off R1 and literally, sorry, the arrow's in the way, but they closed pretty much at the bottom here, and again that's for 1%. So yeah, I mean,
yeah, that's again going off of what we was talking about in the forecast last week. Was talking about how we've heard a lot of news about how hedge funds and sort of bank traders are looking to short into pound strength to take advantage of that. And I think this week actually we've probably seen quite a lot of that. Yeah. That we've seen soon. We've seen these big rallies on any sort of positive news coming out of Brexit deal, and obviously any sort of hope with COVID, and you know, off the back of that, we're seeing that exact scenario that we've been talking about over the last couple of weeks come to light, and seeing traders taking full advantage of that. And I mean, great trade as well. The patience there, shorting at R1 when the market was in a downtrend, reviewing the trade once it broke the daily pivot on the day. And you saw a bit of buying come in, and that was it. TP out, hit their 1% target. Fantastic trade.
Yeah, it's good, and it's off that 1.3 level, isn't it? I know it's just above, but again, I think that's sort of where we've seen a lot of the selling come in. They're looking for that level. it's tried to break above it, and it's sort of failed on a couple of occasions. Yeah, and you can get nice shorts coming back down.
Yeah, and again, from these scenarios that we've been looking at, you can see that the volume size actually hasn't been that big, trading off of 0.3 lot on this scenario and off the previous trade examples that we've seen. And, these sort of trades are pulling in $250 a trade, and that's a really good position. And again, when you're looking at a scenario like that, he's only got to do 3 more of that, and he's hit his 4% monthly target. And again, like we spoke about in the previous episodes, when we're making 4% a month and we compound that, we're making over 60% per annum. So I think stick to that game plan, cracking returns, and all the best. What an awesome trade. So guys, that is all the trades that we've got for this week on Trade of the Week. This week we have seen some awesome risk management, a 25% win ratio, some great patience in trades there, and shorting into the knowledge that we was talking about on our forecast videos only over the last couple of weeks. So we hope, guys, that you're taking as much information away from our forecast videos as possible. And don't forget, we're actually uploading our forecast videos now to Spotify and iTunes. The link will be in the description for that. So if you are busy on the move and you don't have time to watch the YouTube videos, then head over to Spotify or iTunes or Google Play or whatever it is that you want to watch it on, listen to it on, shall I say, and tune in and give it a thumbs up. Let us know what you think. But don't forget to thumbs up, comment and subscribe, guys, and we'll see you next week for Trade of the Week. And also do not forget, we've got this Sunday another forecasting video to give you guys an insight into your week ahead. Have an awesome weekend, guys. Take care.